Hello, I'm John,
And I'm Nancy.
and we are
J&N
Travels.
Travels. Hello.
Hello today, and we got a very choppy internet today, so
Yeah.
hopefully it will straighten out a little bit what we're doing. Well, we are part of the of Dean of the Live Places Top 10 week,
Yes.
and so that's where we stand today. Our two lives today and Sunday happen to fall both during his week, which is January 18th through 24th. So we're going to do two top tens. Today's is going to be our bucket list top 10 excursions.
Yeah.
And Sunday we're going to do our bucket list top 10 vacations that we haven't taken yet.
Right.
So Dean, we'd like to start out by thanking you for inviting us to the Live Place Top 10 week.
Thank you, Dean.
And this is where Dean contacted numerous channels and got them to get involved. It could be a top 10 list with anything. We're doing ours vacation related, but I've heard of all sorts of categories, movie lines and TV themes and stuff like that. So that should be fun for the whole week. I guess they started off a couple already. I saw the movie line one a couple of days ago, which Dean ran, and there's some other ones coming up. So, what's new with you? Anything going on?
Nope.
Nothing at all, huh?
No. I got my second COVID shot. I think I talked about that the last time.
Right.
My vaccine, and all is well. I should be immune.
And you did have a little bit of a reaction this time.
Yeah, I had a swollen gland and some chills, some muscle aches.
And actually missed a day of work because of it.
Yeah.
So that was too bad. But all is well, right?
All is well.
Hopefully I'm waiting in line for mine. So that's one thing we hope happens soon. So just to summarize what's going on for us in the close future, and then we'll go into, we usually do in this chat a current travel news.
Yeah.
And then we do the second half of the show with something that's a little off base, a little fun. Today, because of the top 10, I'm going to give you, in the theme of the top 10, I'm going to give you 10 news items, and then we're going to follow it with our top 10 bucket list excursions. So our next live is Sunday, January 24th at 4:30, which we'll be doing our bucket list vacations. This will be our second show as part of the Live Place Top 10 week. And then our live after that, our next Wednesday live will be Wednesday, January 27th at 2:00.
Yep.
Okay, so if and I'd like to remind you, it helps out a lot if you are not a subscriber, to subscribe, hit the bell, and give us a thumbs up. We would really appreciate it. And don't forget to check out our Facebook page. Nancy's been keeping up the trivia every Friday, and there's also other few things on there. So please do that. Okay, so I guess inauguration was today.
Yes, we have a new president.
We were just before we came on here, we were looking at that to get kind of a update on what's going on.
Right.
Quite a lot happening in Washington right now.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happening. Welcome in Dean from the Live Place.
Dean from the Live Place.
Thank you for joining us, Dean. And as I said, Dean is the one responsible for putting together this top 10 gathering.
That was great.
Dean, how many people did you end up getting involved in this? How many channels are doing this? I'm just curious. And welcome in. Let's see. Welcome in Brian, NASCAR fan 22.
Brian, welcome.
Our local friend.
Feel well today.
Yeah, I'm hoping some people, Dean, will throw theirs up here too, because these are just ours off the top of our head on what we've experienced. But there's always excursions out there that we would love to try.
Right.
Okay, so let's just start with the news, since that is, like I said, we're going to do 10 news items. So these are not top 10, but in the spirit of the top 10, we're going to do 10 quick news items, which we usually do on our chat. So our first, let's see, did I get up there? I don't think I get up there. Okay, first news item. Disneyland ending the annual pass program with parks closed. Looking to buy an annual pass at Disneyland Resort? Not a lot, Nance. The California Theme Park Resort said last week that it's ending its pass holder program. Disneyland Resort in California made the announcement last week after it allowed county health officials to use his parking lot for large-scale virus vaccination site. That's like they did out here at where the Patriots play.
Yeah, I know, Gillette Stadium. Yeah.
California's county where the park is located have not declined to the levels required by the state. Existing pass holders at the California parks will be given refunds. Disney officials would not say how many people hold annual passes or how much the move will cost the company, adding that it would begin issuing prorated refunds to eligible pass holders. So that's pretty sad.
Yeah. Well, it's important to be vaccinated, though, so
Okay, so
we're trying to.
Dean said he got almost 30 channels and 33 shows. Wow,
that's
excellent.
Fantastic. Wow.
That's excellent. I'm trying to think what Dean's from, if he's from the West Coast or not.
I don't recall.
He said 1 million pass holders, because the article I read, actually just last night, they wouldn't give a number how many people affected. He says it's 1 million pass holders.
Wow, 1 million?
Yep.
High number.
Our second news item. Dean, are you from the West Coast? I'm trying to remember. Missouri, Burr. Okay, so you're like us in New Hampshire, cold weather.
Yeah, it's cold today. I can feel it. Snowing out there.
Welcome in, James Kennice.
Hello, James.
Okay, second item. Royal Caribbean sells Azamara in $201 million private equity deal.
Wow.
So as these cruise lines are trying to keep their head above water, they're concentrated on their main brands.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens to some of the other brands. So Royal Caribbean Group has confirmed the sale of Azamara luxury cruise line for $201 million. The cruise line said that the all-cash deal would allow it to focus on core operations after almost a year out of the water.
The all-cash deal.
The company will seek to expand its core brands, which are Royal Caribbean International, Celebrity Cruises, and Silver Sea brands. Under the transaction, Sycamore, that's the company buying it, will acquire all three Azamara ships and intellectual property such as a logo and slogan. So you wonder if the other cruise lines now are going to start doing the same. You get Carnival, I think they have 9 brands or something. One of them has, and that's what they got to do. I mean, this $201 million is a drop in the bucket really for what it takes the cruise ships to for them to keep them going. But I think what they're trying to do is get rid of them so they don't have to do maintenance on them, and so we'll see. Welcome in, Najuma Brown. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. They're going to keep their head above water, so to speak, right?
Temporarily, anyways.
By not keeping their ships in the water, they're going to keep their head above water.
Hey, welcome in, Monarch Moments.
Hi, Monarch Moments.
Thanks for joining us. We just read a report out your way where now they're taking away all your Disneyland annual passes. Which really stinks.
Too much bad news.
I know. You try and throw something in here, to make people. Hey, welcome in, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Hope you're doing well today.
Okay, so the next one, news item number 3 out of 10 is Trump lifts Europe, Brazil travel bans, but Biden to reinstate them.
Ooh.
President Donald Trump on Monday signed an executive order that lifts the bans on travel from the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Brazil. But the new order likely won't see the day of light, according to a spokesman for President-elect Joe Biden. Yeah, if you saw the breakdown today on things, I think he's already nixed that.
He nixed it.
So I'm not sure. I think Trump just did it for a little bit of a jab in the side to him. Who the heck knows? Who knows? Okay. And if anyone has any comments on any of these news items, we'll throw them up there. Yeah. Now, did you guys have the Disneyland pass? I know was your park of choice, and you went out there a lot. But I forget. I think I asked them that once if they had the annual pass. But what a kick in the butt that is, huh?
Yeah.
So they're trying to probably get more from that 1-day pass than they would get by doing the. Okay. Next one is number 4. Now, I am a big Spider-Man fan, even though this is out at Disneyland, not Disney World. Tom Holland teases Disneyland's upcoming Spider-Man attraction. Tom Holland unveiled a handful of details about Disneyland's newest Spider-Man ride. The new ride will be part of Disneyland's Adventure Campus, which will also feature other interactive attractions inspired by Black Panther and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Other Marvel characters set to appear in the new part of the park will include Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Widow, the Wasp, and more. This is kind of neat. We did a news item on this, a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. This was supposed to be completed, and it almost sounds like the superhero area over at Universal. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure how they get away with doing a Spider-Man ride because I thought it was still under the control of Universal, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
this whole area of the park looks pretty cool.
I love the Spider-Man ride.
Okay, so they did. If Monica Gomez did have a.
She had.
They did, yeah.
That was one of my favorite rides. That Spider-Man ride.
My emoji queen. Thank you, Sherry. Welcome, travel lovers. Please like, share, smash the red button, and follow the channel and tap the bell. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sherry. Did Disney? Okay, they got the rights for the. Could they do the same thing in Disney World? I know there are certain characters that they're not allowed to put in Disney World as rides. Now, maybe that's changed or maybe it's different over in California.
I don't know.
You know, it's probably something to do with because Universal's in Florida, maybe, and they have to be a certain miles away. Anyone knows? I'd be curious about that. Okay. Yeah, this goes backwards like that. The next item. What it costs to book Disney's new cruises to Antarctica and the Galapagos Islands. Oh, these sound nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, or petition, no, they have the rights for permission at least. Yeah, I wonder how that works. Maybe it's you do something for me, I do something for you type of deal. Okay. By the end of the year, Disney fans will be able to explore every continent on Earth with the kid-friendly brand. Last week, Adventures at Disney announced the launch of cruises to Antarctica and the Galapagos Islands. First Antarctica tour is scheduled to depart this year, while the cruise to the Galapagos will begin in 2022.
Oh, wow.
The introduction of expedition cruises marks Disney's third type of cruise service alongside the Disney Cruise Line Vacations and European River Cruises. I didn't even know they did a European River Cruise.
I didn't know that either.
The 12-day Antarctica cruise is scheduled to stop at 16 sites in Patagonia, the Drake Passage, and the Antarctic Peninsula. Once aboard the ship, cruise passengers will cross the Drake Passage to reach the Antarctica Peninsula. This crossing ranges from smooth to terrifying. Geez, depending on the weather.
From smooth to what?
Terrifying. I guess it gets really rough over there.
Oh, I'm not for that one.
Like most Disney tours, the cruise is marketed for families. Adventures by Disney recommends kids be 12 years older because of the possibility of very rough waters. Prices for the December Antarctica cruise. Are you ready for this now?
Yeah.
So it's a 9-day cruise, you said, right?
Yeah.
You start at $12,800 for adults.
Ooh.
And you get a 200 square foot deluxe stateroom with a private deck. Airfare to and from Buenos Aires is not included in the price. It doesn't include your flight or your hotel the day before. You'd almost think they package all that together.
I'm going to scratch that one off my bucket list.
Well, we have to do it a different way. For Disney fans who prefer warmer weather, Adventures by Disney also announced it will operate 5 new cruises to the Galapagos Islands starting next year. The first of the 9-day expedition cruises is scheduled to depart on February 9th, 2022.
2022.
These cruises include ocean snorkeling, island hikes, and excursions by naturalists.
That sounds phenomenal. How much would that be?
Hey, Blaine, welcome in.
Hi, Blaine.
And Mr. Raphael. Thank you for joining us.
Raphael, the YouTuber. How much would that be?
I think that's around the same price.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's steep.
Yeah. Okay, what we're doing now, for anyone who just dropped in, is we usually give a news report. So I limited it to 10 news items in the spirit of the Living Places Top 10 week.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one. That's the ship, I guess, that you take to both those places.
Beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. I don't know if I could handle those seas.
So this is area Antarctica.
Yeah.
That's a picture of Antarctica.
Yeah. I figured out. Oh, there's a turtle from the Galapagos
Galapagos Island.
Island. Is that Crush? I'll name him Crush.
Yeah, it looks a little different than Crush. Now, this is a good deal. This is Southwest Airlines celebrates anniversary with $50 flight sales. I don't know if anyone is flying anywhere, but you might want to check this out. Southwest Airlines is celebrating its 50th year in operation with a one-way flight deals as low as $50 this winter.
Really?
Travelers have until February 8, 2021 to book the low fares, which require a 21-day advance purchase. The discounted seats are valid for travel within the continental U.S. from February 9th through May 26, 2021. Travel between the continental U.S. and Hawaii and travel to and from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and international travel are valid February 9th through May 20th, 2021. So certainly something to look into. Okay, yeah, Raphael is saying that there are $39 fares from out there.
Oh, I think an angel got its wings.
Jeez. It's happened too often. That's our emergency phone that we have plugged in case electricity goes out, that we do during the winter. Okay. Okay, so our next one, this was interesting. China debuts train prototype that can hit speeds of 385 miles per hour. China has revealed a prototype for a new high-speed train that is capable of reaching speeds of 620 kilometers or 385 miles per hour. The train runs on a high-temperature superconducting power that makes it look as if the train is floating along magnetized tracks. China's bullet train can operate in extremely cold temperatures. Professor Chan, who worked on the prototype, told reporters that the train could be operational within 3 to 10 years. Pretty cool looking train, huh?
Yeah.
And that's the inside. Look at that, huh? For luxury.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Pretty neat. Okay, Star Wars buffs. And I know there are lots of you out there. Disney gives sneak peek into Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser hotel rooms. Now, we gave a report on this also a few weeks back but it's getting closer to fruition here. Star Wars Galaxy Edge opened with a bang, and people are excited with the Star Wars themed hotel to be open in 2021. The Disney Imagineers are delivering a one-of-a-kind experience where guests will be truly immersed in the world of Star Wars while staying at the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. So the hotel is supposed to look like a Star Cruiser there.
Oh, wow.
Disney executives have been giving sneak previews along the way and recently led fans behind the scenes via Instagram. The team looked at multiple areas still under construction, but showed off the galactic bunk beds made especially for younger Star Cruisers. The room's rendering show a window that will serve as each cabin's very own look into outer space. And the two Disney executives posed next to one of these displays, which is still in progress. The hotel is expected to set up reservations almost as if guests were embarking on the cruise with a 2-day, 2-night accommodations and excursions to the Black Spire Outpost. I'm not familiar with what that is. Must be a place, obviously, in Star Wars movies. Things that cross it, even with delays from the virus, the hotel will be ready for its first guests in 2021. So this will be set up like a cruise. I've heard it's going to range from several $1,000s a night for this.
Oh, my word.
But it's like a cruise, all the entertainment, all the room, and I heard even the meals are going to be all included in the price. So if you're a Star Wars fan, this would be really cool.
Yeah, but I can think of better ways to spend my money.
Yeah, I know, but because you're not a Star Wars fan.
I'm not a Star Wars.
Now, if you look at it, there's a main bed there, and then the one up higher is the smaller bunk bed. And this is actually the last one shows it. This is one of the rooms here. This is two of the cast members standing by that window. So it gives you a look like you're looking out the window from your hotel room, but what it does is show space.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a projected theming, going on through this whole thing. Let's see. Raphael say, I just saw a new thing from Peking, China for the Winter Olympics that have a train. Oh, okay. So maybe they're going to try and get a prototype or something ready to do that for the Olympics, he's saying.
Oh.
So maybe that's where they're going to do this. I know this was done on a track that they laid down just for the test run, and it wasn't run between cities or anything. So, and it passed that test. So maybe they're trying to get some in order for the Olympics, which I haven't heard many updates on that. Have you?
No.
If that's even a go. I guess we did a report a couple of weeks ago that said they were still planning on doing it. So we'll have to see, right?
Yep.
All right. News item number 9 out of 10. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with this story. A student who was jailed for breaking quarantine in the Caymans apologizes. Skylar Mack, the American college student who was imprisoned in the Cayman Islands last month for violating virus restrictions, said in an interview on yesterday that she deserved it. On ABC's Good Morning America, Ms. Mack, 18, I realize she was that young, apologized for breaking the rules. She was released on Friday after spending more than a month behind bars.
Really?
In late November, Ms. Mack flew to the Cayman Islands to watch her boyfriend compete in the island's jet ski racing national championship. She arrived on a Friday and tested negative for the virus. While Britain's territory laws require you remain in the hotel room for 14 days, on the day of the championship, she slipped. I guess you have to wear a bracelet, electronic bracelet. She slipped the bracelet off from her wrist, right, so they couldn't track her.
Oh, wow.
She went to the beach and cheered on Mr. Ramge, that's her boyfriend. In December, a Cayman Islands court sentenced Ms. Mack and Mr. Gamke to 4 months in prison. After an outcry that the punishment was too hard, a panel of judges reduced the sentence to 2 months. And then their law that you only have to serve 60%. So that's why she got out.
So she got out after a month. A month is a long time.
I know. Well, they were saying they interviewed the grandmother and people, and she was really miserable in there. Obviously,
it would have been
too
awful. It must have seemed like eternity being in prison in the Cayman Islands.
Yeah. Ms. Mack told Good Morning America that if she had gotten someone sick, she would have not been able to live with herself. Imagine that.
I know.
All because of a little selfish indiscretion, right?
Right. Well.
Okay, and our 10th and final.
She listened to her pleasure-seeking self instead of her logical self, and it cost her a month in jail.
Yeah, sad. 10, all-inclusive resorts offering on-site virus tests, and this will pertain to several of you, I think, are still planning on trips to Mexico and places out of the country, so this would definitely affect you guys. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, are going to require all U.S.-bound air travelers to provide proof of a negative virus test result within 72 hours of departure starting on January 26th. All-inclusive hotel and resort brands throughout Mexico and the Caribbean are launching an on-site virus testing for enhanced safety and peace of mind. There are numerous notable brands rolling out convenient on-property virus testing for guests this winter. Now I looked at this and the brands, there are plenty of probably most of the all-inclusives or most of the places you go are offering this type of test, but they do vary. Some of them charge a separate fee to you, and some is included in your package. So if you have a trip planned out of the country, please call ahead and find out how this works, because as you all know, on January 26th, a rule goes in effect that is going on in Canada right now, where you need to have a negative test. I think it's 72 hours before you fly home. So, make sure that you have a place you get it and you have all that in line for your return home.
Certainly makes travel more complicated.
It does.
You've got to know all the restrictions and all the rules.
Yeah, and they change.
Because they do change. So before you travel, you got to do some research.
And everyone knows Biden's presidency is more in touch with the CDC.
Right.
And the CDC has a lot stricter rules. So you're going to see more rules coming down the pike. I'm sure that's going to make it very tough to travel over the next several months. So those were our top 10. Our top 10, not our top 10, but 10 news items.
Bless you. Excuse me.
Okay. And now what we'd like to get into right now is our bucket list excursions. Now, this is what we're basically here for. As I said, Dean from the Live Place, is running a week-long top 10 list. It can be anything. and we chose today to do our bucket list excursions. As you know, bucket list is basically something you haven't done that you want to do. So some of them are variations of stuff we've already done. Oh, welcome in, Larry. Okay. So our first one.
Sorry,
That's
I had the sneezes.
What I'm going to do is we're going to do the ones that we both want to do first, and then we'll go on to the individual ones. But they make up a total of 10 for each of us.
Yeah.
So our first one is hike the national parks. So we have never been out west.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, but you're not in the national parks.
No, I've been to California.
Right.
Though.
Well,
I went to Muir Woods.
The national park?
No.
Okay. So, like I said, neither of us has been to a national park out west. So that's something we definitely want to do. A lot of the stuff we've been looking online and videos, it looks like such a gorgeous thing to see. So these are 5 of the ones that we have on our bucket list. The first one being Yosemite.
Yosemite, yes. I'd love to go see Yosemite National Park.
Now, I know a lot of you probably have walked these national parks. Does anyone recommend one over another? Let's do Yosemite. Now, this is something that I guess is caused by the chemicals in there, in the water, that gives it that color.
That's pretty.
Yeah. It's pretty, but it's probably very deadly too, I would guess.
Well, Yosemite is where they have the giant sequoia trees. That's what I'd like to see.
Okay, and then there's Yellowstone. That's another one national park, so we'd like to visit.
Yeah, definitely. Oops.
Geysers, that's in Yellowstone. Is that the only park that has geysers?
As far as I know, but I could be wrong.
And I think, don't they have natural springs out there too?
Probably.
This is Glacier National Park. Beautiful, huh?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Still Glacier, another one on our list. I don't know if that's a tree there that they're driving through, or it's some kind of a tunnel.
Well, the tree that you can drive through is no longer alive.
No, there are other trees you can drive through.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about.
Okay. This is Grand Canyon. This is on a bucket list of excursions for a couple of reasons. It's also on top of Nancy's list of something to see. Let's see, Grand Canyon. Still a Grand Canyon. And this is Zion.
That's in Utah.
That's Utah?
Yes,
okay, I was wondering. Look at this formation of some kind. Okay, so Blaine went to Glacier National Park in Montana.
Oh, nice.
So I'd love to hear. First, I love the green. Let's see. Dean, Grand Canyon, really worth a visit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's,
I'm wanting to go for
that's
quite
high
some time.
on Nancy's bucket
it's high
list.
on my bucket list, yes.
Let's see. This is Zion. Yeah, that's Zion there. Okay, so that's the national park. So that is on the top of our list.
Yes.
We definitely want to do that. This list is not in order either of priority. It's 10 things that we would like to do.
Yeah.
That's it. Pyramids and the Sphinx.
Yes.
I don't have Egypt as one of my top bucket list things, so I'm not sure how I would see this without going to Egypt, but it is something that if I know you like it a lot, and if we ever did go out there, love to see the Sphinx and pyramids.
It's among the world's largest monument, and
Welcome in, Kathleen Mills.
It was carved from a single
Zion,
piece of
Yosemite is so beautiful. So she's been there too. Kathy Mills.
She's been where?
Grand Canyon, Zion, and Yosemite. Wow.
Wow, Kathy, that's pretty awesome.
Let's see. Blaine says we have driven through Grand Canyon area and just drive, so it was so beautiful. Okay, so
that's breathtaking.
You've never actually looked into the canyon, doesn't sound like.
I bet that was a breathtaking drive, though. Yeah, so what I was saying was the Sphinx was carved from one piece of limestone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one piece.
So
And
the pyramids,
you know,
pyramids are tombs that you can actually go in there, but the Sphinx you can't go into, right?
no,
It's just basically a statue.
No, it's just a statue. It's a world's largest monument. It's among the world's largest monuments.
Okay. And I assume these are stairways inside the pyramids or a ramp inside the pyramids. I wonder if you can actually go into the pyramids and see the inside.
Not sure on that.
Blaine, it's on my list to stop and look at the Grand Canyon. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be nice, Blaine. Yep. Hoping I get to do that too.
He's been so close, though. He just hasn't.
Yeah, he's been close. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's been by it, so they've seen like the view, but they haven't actually seen the canyon yet.
Well, I take the view right now.
Whenever I see this nighttime view of this, I always remember James Bond movie.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, the big action scene that was set just like this.
It's beautiful. So many beautiful things out in the world.
Larry says this other Grand Canyon from the air on my way to Mexico.
Oh, did you?
That would be a cool thing to see. Yeah. We always go over the ocean or buildings, but that would be a cool thing to see.
That one must have been cool to see. Yeah, I'd like to go out your window going, whoa, there it is. Yeah, it's high on my bucket list. They're very, very high.
So you can guess one of Nancy's items is for vacations. Okay, another excursion is a boat tour of the Galapagos Islands. We have always talked about, we'd love to go to the Galapagos Islands. Don't know if it'll happen, but one of the excursions they have, if you go over on a little bit of a larger ship that we've looked at, is there's a smaller boat that will actually take you onto the islands where you can, I guess, mingle with the habitants.
Mm-hmm.
So we both would absolutely love to go.
I'm really into nature. This would be a phenomenal trip to be able to see some unusual species, right? Yep.
Dean says, I highly recommend the Canadian Rockies, most beautiful place I've ever been to. Wow.
Oh, really?
I have never heard that. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm going to look into that. Thank you for suggesting that.
Anything you could suggest, Nancy will jump on it and put a bucket list together.
Hey, well, we could do both, God willing.
There's still the Galapagos Islands.
Look at the
size of those turtles.
My gosh, look at the size of those things. And they live a long time. They have a long lifespan.
Yeah, we do. And I guess these are, there's a ship. Now, I'm not sure if that boat out there would be the excursion boat or that's the main boat and they get a smaller boat to come in. So there are interesting bird there and seals.
I get excited when I see a deer in our yard or down the street. We do see a lot of deer around here, and I still get excited when I see
a bear or something.
Or a bear, of course. But I'm really into nature, and I've seen a lot of nature in New Hampshire, which is really cool. But
Kathy Mills did a bus tour that started in Vegas to the Grand Canyon, Route 66, Monument Valley, the 5 Utah national parks, up and over to Reno, Lake Tahoe, and down through the Sequoia. That is
Kathy Mills. That sounds like an incredible voyage there.
No, I'm assuming that's a great distance, and you'd have to do overnighters.
Yeah.
So you probably pick up a bus. Well, how many night tour is that? That would be a great way to see it. You don't have to get in your car. They know all the highlighted spots.
That must have been something else.
Larry used to work at a resort in Jasper National Park in Canada. 2 summers in a row. Highly recommend it. Jasper, have you ever heard of Jasper National Park?
I have not.
It's been very interesting because of this lockdown and people can't jump on cruise ships or stuff like that. I've been watching videos of different day trips, and there's been several up in Canada where they hit some really nice spots. Canada's got a lot of beautiful locations, you know.
Well, it sounds like those 2 places are definitely worth visiting. Sounds like quite an adventure for both of them.
Right. See, no one's been to the Galapagos, which I think it's one of those trips it's definitely the bucket.
That's a trip of a lifetime. Right. Yeah, I don't know anyone that's been to the Galapagos Islands.
I'd love to talk to someone there.
I don't know. Maybe someone out there knows someone that's been there, but that would be a
Welcome in,
dream
Tyler.
come true trip.
So I am very curious, where are we here? Kathy, how long a trip that was?
Yeah, I was going to ask that
You know, I
same
was thinking it
question.
almost have to be like 5 nights or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And they must put you up at the hotel at each location. Boy, what a cool,
experience
Yeah.
for you. How long ago was that?
another good question.
That's really cool.
Amazon River. Now remember, these are bucket list excursions. We would love to do this. Both of us would
Yes.
love to do this.
Yes.
Why would you love to do this?
Well, the first reason why I would love to do this, of course, it's the rainforest, and it would be really cool to be in a rainforest. And I have a book that I've read about river dolphins that are pink, and I would love to see the pink river dolphins along the Amazon River, along with the giant lily pads that's as big as throw rugs. Those two things come to mind.
Well, the other thing too is when we first talked about this, I'm thinking we're on some kind of a dinky little canoe or something like that. But they are nice. As you can see in this picture here, there are some nice boats.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them ships necessarily.
No.
But there's a good picture one right there.
But you can also see monkeys and sloths and macaws and I think what else? Butterflies. Of course, the giant lily pads, like I said.
I always get confused on what animals you see on some of these rivers, you know.
Hopefully I would see a pink dolphin. They're very pale pink, very light pink. They're not hot pink.
Yeah, I remember buying you a book maybe 10 years ago on that.
Yeah,
Ever since you wanted to
Dolphins, Island of the Pink Dolphins by a local author here in New Hampshire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she signed my book.
I remember buying it. But I didn't realize that she's actually from the area.
Yeah, she gets the
so
book.
Kathy's trip, it's a 12-night tour, added 12 nights. So that gives you plenty of time. 2 nights extra in Vegas, 9 different hotels, so it can be tiring. Went with a YMT travel in September 2017. Wow, that is we'll probably hit you up if we ever decide to do something like that. So you took the...
So can I just hold up my book here?
Yeah.
I have my book here. It's called Island of the Pink Dolphins.
Actually, let me do this so you can actually see it for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. And you can see the dolphins are definitely different looking. They're river dolphins. And the book is written by Cy Montgomery, who's a local author. And I did buy this book, and it's an Amazon quest. And
so we got Nancy hooked.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will read.
Oops.
That definitely got me hooked. And there's some beautiful pictures in here, if you don't mind me sharing. Oh, here's another picture.
Well, let me go back to this then. Nancy,
here's a better picture. I don't know if you can see.
Just hold up to the camera more.
Okay, here it is right there. Okay, so
Okay. All right. So back to the thing. So did you hear my thing about what Kathy did?
No.
Getting your book. She did a 12-night tour.
12-night tour.
And then she added 2 extra nights in Vegas, 9 different hotels, so it can be tiring. Went to the YMT Travels in September 2017.
Oh, really?
Amazing to see how much. That is something.
That's a way to do it.
So you left from, was it Vegas at the beginning? Is that where you flew into when you left from Vegas? Or was that the tail end of the trip? That's cool. I got to say, that goes into our bucket list. So that's a cool one, huh? Cool way to see a lot of the stuff.
That's amazing, Kathy. I bet you wish you were doing that again, right? But it's nice to look back on some of the vacations that you take and reflect and share. Thank you for sharing that with us.
And this is the Oh, those are Nancy. So those are Nancy's. See, that's what I was picturing.
They're lily pads.
We're in a canoe on some of these rivers. I didn't realize that this is the actual. I'm not sure how many rooms they have. I thought I read something like 26 rooms, and the food's supposed to be very good. Okay, so Kathy says she landed, left and ended in Vegas. So that would be a nice central place.
Yeah, you always wanted to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I would
I've
do
been
the same
to Vegas
thing.
a long time ago. Well, this guy here is like, he said while paddling his canoe, he was nearly seduced by a dolphin. And so there are canoes. You can take canoes down.
So the Amazon River, this is a type of ship you'd be on. There's a lot of different cruise lines that do this. And those are Nancy's pad. Those are your lily pads right there, right?
Yes, my lily pads as big as throw rugs. Now imagine if I saw a giant frog on one of those.
Tyler said Celebrity Cruises has a Flora as their expedition cruise ship, and Silver Sea has the Silver Origin doing Galapagos. All new buildings, all new builds. Okay, for the Galapagos. Yeah, we had just read earlier in the news part of this, Tyler. Disney also is coming out with an Antarctica and a Galapagos cruise on their Adventures by Disney. So that would be a cool way to see it too. Okay, let's see. Now these are, for anyone just popped in, these are, let me just flash this for a second. These are the Living Places sponsoring the Top 10 week.
Top
we
10
are doing
week?
part of it. In today's Top 10, we're doing our bucket list excursions.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunday, we're doing our bucket list vacations. So, okay, so back to, all right, next one is African Safari. I know you're looking at these saying, boy, a lot of these are out there, and who knows if we'll ever do them. But
this is all, I would think this would be on everybody's bucket list.
But this is why they're called bucket list, right?
Who wouldn't want to do an African safari? Come on.
Right. No, we're not counting this as a vacation. This is excursion. So this would be if we were in Africa taking one of these safaris. This is something we both would love to do. Now, this is a picture taken from safari in Africa, but it doesn't look an awful lot like the safari ride in Disney World.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say, we did take an African safari in, Walt Disney World, which was amazing.
So if you've never done a safari, but you want to get the feel, a good taste is a safari ride.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, well
done. Well done. My father really enjoyed that as well.
Yeah.
He really liked that.
But that would be cool. Now, I know there are all different kinds you could do. I would probably be one of the ones that would sit in the bus like this, an air-conditioned bus, and go through.
That would be fine by me. Yeah.
So there's this one here, which is, I'm sure it's a lot more money, and because it's a lot smaller, and you're renting that. I imagine that's a guide that's driving that. That would be a cool way to see it too.
That would be.
But I can imagine that would be another leg for having
very expensive, private. I'm sure. Yeah. That'd be cool just to see elephants in the wild like that. My niece did when she went to Africa. She saw lots of elephants.
Those are nice, huh?
Yeah. And zebras. Oh, I'd love to see a zebra.
Okay, Larry says, which cruise lines travel to St. Vincent and the Grenadines? He's pointing this to Tyler. No. I heard RCL just announced out of Barbados, any other. Yeah, that's something that cruise lines, I don't know if they're doing it to kind of throw a little bit into the CDC face or not, saying, okay, if you're not going to let us sail out of the U.S., we're going to sail out of other ports. They can do that for ships here and there, but there is no way that you're going to have a consistent amount of passengers. To me, it's like an idle threat type thing that are going to fly from the United States and go to these islands. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just too many things to jump now.
That's true.
So too many hoops.
Yeah.
Is that the way to do it?
Hoops to jump through.
Yeah. So I know they're doing Barbados, and Nancy actually took a cruise when she was single out of San Juan.
Well,
but
yes, I did.
So you could do some other countries.
Yes, we flew to San Juan.
San Juan's the U.S. But
yeah, we flew to San Juan, and San Juan was beautiful. I enjoyed it. And then that was my first Carnival cruise, my first cruise ever, which was a Carnival cruise, and we flew to San Juan.
But the point of what I'm saying is, though,
What?
you had to fly out of Boston. You
I
had
did.
to stay a night or two in San Juan. It's not like we try and drive to our ports, and a lot of people like to drive to their ports, and or you jump on a quick plane down to Florida.
We had several hours in San Juan before we boarded our cruise. Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people go in early and they'll just spend time in San Juan.
Yeah.
Now, Larry says St. Vincent and the Grenadines is on his bucket list port for us. And I'm curious because we don't see those on any of all the cruise itineraries we're looking at. Neither of these islands has been on those.
No,
I'm
I
wondering
haven't.
if they're a lot further. Larry, you know about where they're located? I'm wondering if they're out of the norm, not the normal area of the Caribbean. If they're much further south, maybe, or something. Because those are never on any list of places we've looked at.
Yeah, they haven't been. That's correct.
Now, maybe the one out of Barbados is going to hit something like that because it's already starting out for the south. He's a friend that lives there.
Oh, I was going to ask why he was interested in that particular.
Well, he must know about the islands more too. That would be interesting because we've never even really heard of those as part of the itinerary. Okay. Next on our buffet list, reef snorkeling. Now,
definitely reef snorkeling.
Now, we have one of our favorite excursions. We'll do it every cruise is snorkeling. Yes. I hope some of you out there are into snorkeling so we can all take a snorkel trip together.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. And I think the best snorkeling that we've done is more in the Western Caribbean. But the reason I put this on the bucket list is we've never gone over a legitimate reef.
No, we haven't.
I personally wouldn't mind scuba diving and being certified. Probably a little too late to do that now, to go jump through the hoops to get certified, at our ages. But I definitely would like to go snorkeling over a very active reef.
I would love it too. Yes, I would love it. Now that I know how to snorkel.
Yes. Welcome in, Rachel.
I just mastered the art of snorkeling a few years ago, and
thanks for joining us.
Very much into it.
Yeah, so you never snorkeled really before.
No, I went to St. Thomas on my first cruise, and I went to the beach where they showed us how to snorkel, but for some reason I couldn't do it. I just couldn't get the breathing down. So, but then you taught me, and it's all history from there. Yeah. I'm a good snorkeler now.
And it's a lot of fun. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Most of you, I'm sure everyone out there who's been on a cruise has done at least one snorkel excursion, I would guess.
I think I back when I went on my cruise and I first tried to do snorkeling, I had terrible problems with allergies, and I was having trouble breathing, and it made me nervous, but things are better now, and I can snorkel.
Larry asked an interesting question. He says, the group cruise in October 2022, October 2022, have you been looking at any interesting excursions?
Good question.
Briefly, but not as far as a cruise is concerned, because I don't want to, I'm a little nervous still until at least one ship gets out there. I really don't want to get my hopes up because we're still looking to cruise. We would love to still cruise at the end of 2021.
Yeah, I'm looking to do that.
But I am so anal when I plan a cruise, Larry, that I will have a whole list of excursions that I'll probably have my day-to-day activities down there. But yes, I'll have so much stuff once cruising begins again.
Yes.
Okay, so Larry said the islands are south of St. Kitts, so that's why they're probably too far south for the ones out of, like the ones we took are out of New York. Mm-hmm. So it's probably way too far south. That's why they've never been on our itineraries, but I don't remember seeing them on many Florida ones either. So I'm wondering. Okay. So yeah, snorkeling over a reef. I don't know if some of the bigger reefs, like in Australia or those kind of reefs, snorkeling is probably too dangerous to go anyways.
I remember when I bumped into the brain coral in Bermuda, and it actually stung for a while.
Yeah,
I had an imprint of it on my knee.
You did, because it's supposed to be poisonous. One of our favorite islands, which we've been to 3 times.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It's Bermuda, and they have a place within walking distance that we didn't want to get into a cab or something. We would just walk over to this and go snorkeling. And there was an area that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But they have these brain corals that are there, and they, like Nancy said, if the water's moving up and down, your knee can bump into it.
Yeah, my knee bumped into it, and it stung for a while. It had a nice little imprint on it, and looked like but it didn't hurt. It felt just like a little stingy.
Okay, now those first 6 are ones we both are dying to do.
Yes.
Bucket list excursions. The last 3, or I guess 4, 79 and 10, are ones that individuals want to do. Nancy's, one of her big things is a trip to Alaska. Alaska.
Alaska is on my bucket list.
Why do you want to do a whale watch in Alaska? Since you have taken whale watches out of Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
That was cool. I just want, of course, I want to see the glaciers. So, I want to see the beautiful, beautiful Alaska and see.
No, I mean, why the whale watch is an excursion?
Why the whale watch? Because I want to see a humpback whale.
Okay, with the backdrop of the glaciers and stuff.
With the backdrop of the glaciers, yes. Hopefully I can get a nice picture of a humpback whale
like that,
jumping out of the water with the beautiful glacier in the background, and that would be satisfying to me.
Larry recommends if you ever make it to Maya Riviera, Mexico. Is that, Larry, where you went for your honeymoon? He said it's a great snorkeling place.
Oh, really, Larry? Oh,
I'm sure we're going to be hitting many, if the stuff gets straightened out, I'm sure we're going to hit many Mexican ports. So a lot of them will have bus rides or excursions to places like this. I just wonder if that's the area you went for your honeymoon. Okay, so there's the whales Nance wants to see at her excursion.
Yeah, cool, I want to be able to get a picture of that.
No, okay, we'll see.
And I could blow it up and put it on that big wall that you and I can't agree on what to put.
Yeah, that's right.
Now my whale picture is going to go there.
My choice, one of my choices that it's not on your list is I would love to drive as much a Route 66 as I can, and just there's so many quirky things, cool things along it, little museums, little hole in the wall stuff.
Yeah.
Cars buried in the sand, and museums with Superman, all sorts of different things that it would be cool. I love little things like that.
Unique things.
Right. And it would take a while,
it would take a while.
And maybe on top of that, stay on in a small, like a hotel, little hotels on the way.
It won't take as long as me walking the wall of China, because it's going to take me 18 months.
I guess. Larry said he's been there twice. Okay,
really?
That's where he's doing for his honeymoon. And welcome in, Diz Our Dreams. Thank you for joining us. What we're doing now is we're part of the Dean, whose channel is a live place, is sponsoring a week-long top 10 list. You can do anything you want, and our choice today is top 10 excursions, vacation excursions. And Sunday we're going to do top 10 vacations that we want to do. These are bucket lists, I'm sorry. Not ones we've done, bucket list. Let's see. Raphael says, stop by my house, guys, Tulsa.
Oh.
Does 66 go? Actually, there is a map on here somewhere. There's a map.
There you go.
So I assume it looks like it starts in Chicago and goes all the way to Los Angeles. I'd love to do the whole thing, but even part of it would be cool.
It would be cool.
Dewey says, wouldn't it be awesome to get a whole group road trip on Route 66?
Oh my God.
You're right.
Oh, wow.
And if someone
it could be done.
It could. And welcome in, Dewey, by the way. And you could organize it where if they set the hotel.
I never even thought of that.
And all the hole in the wall stuff, you could go there. You'd have lunch at this diner, drink at this place, visit this museum.
That'd be a blast. Wow. What a nice
all posed under the big Paul Bunyan statue or next to
What
Superman
a nice visual I have of doing that and meeting up with people. Wow, that would be really, really cool.
Thanks for putting that up, Larry.
Thanks
That's our Facebook page. Let's see.
Thanks for a pleasurable visual of us all meeting up on Route 66.
I saw some other Kathy. Boy, the way they scroll sometimes. Kathy Mills says, Alaska is fabulous. Be sure you get to do the scenic cruising in Glacier Bay.
Okay.
we saw whales just from the ship as we cruised and did the whale watching tour out of Juneau. And yeah, okay, because that's a little spoiler for Sunday, but that's very high on Nancy's bucket list for vacations. So we'll talk more about that on Sunday, but
very, very high on my bucket list.
Yeah, so the whale watch is just one of the excursions that jumped out at her. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is my 66, and anyone else want to? I know a lot of you have probably done part or all of 66. Any other interesting things along there that you saw that you'd like to share? Okay, let's see. Raphael says we should do Route 66 in classic cars. So, Dewey, you're going to set up the stops and the hotels, and Raphael is going to rent us all classic cars. That's really all we need, right? Just have to get a plane ticket and we'll be all set.
I know. That sounds fun.
That would be so cool, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Okay, historic 66. Even all the little old-fashioned gas stations, I think.
Oh, I know.
See them on pictures.
I know. You see them on old movies. So.
No, we did this is Nancy's 8th excursion. We did this on one of our videos. Okay.
Yeah, we mentioned
with
it.
The flamingos.
Yeah.
Nancy first got to like it when it was in Aruba. Remember?
Yeah.
It was such a pain to organize something like that.
Right. I thought it would be a cool excursion, but now it's in the U.S.
Right. So.
Right in our backyard, not too far from us.
So Discovery Cove has an area. We've done Discovery Cove. It's a great place.
It's in Florida.
You can snorkel and everything else, but they now have an experience you can swim with the dolphins, but they now added
mingle with the
flamingos.
Mingle with the flamingos. How cool is that?
So that's something you want to do.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Any particular reason why you like the flamingos so much?
Because they're pink. I like pink dolphins and pink flamingos, and and my other favorite bird is a roseate spoonbill because they're pink too.
Okay, so pink. I'll keep that in mind. I have a short video of a musical highway on Route 66 just outside Albuquerque. Musical highway. Okay, I'm not sure. And then there's dreams, everything I know about Route 66 I learned from the movie cast. Well, mine is just generally the movies. Even though I've started watching some of the videos. Mm-hmm. It sounds like this is a challenge that Dewey is planning on taking on here. This could be the start of a very interesting project.
I know.
It probably wouldn't be as hard to put together if you had the dates, right?
Yeah.
And you had the meeting spot to start it. And either you would do it with vans, I guess, or you would do it with everyone renting separate cars. I'm not sure the best way to do it, but that would really be kind of cool. Okay. Okay, so there's your flamingos. There's you feeding the flamingos.
They're beautiful birds.
During the virus time, maybe that's what wear masks.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not familiar with Discovery Cove is an area next to SeaWorld. It's a separate park, separate admission. They only allow a certain amount of people per day. They have a snorkel area, which we love because you could swim right with and hold and touch the manta rays or stingrays, whatever they call them. And then, that
was amazing. You stay as long as you want.
Without going out to one of these sandbars that people do.
Yeah, we enjoyed that.
They have a giant bird aviary. All the food and drinks were included for the day.
The food is delicious, too.
You pay a little extra for the dolphin swim, and I think you pay a little extra for this flamingo if you want to do it.
Yeah.
We had done the dolphin swim on a honeymoon, so I didn't do the dolphin swim. I wanted to take some pictures. So Nancy and my two kids did the dolphin swim.
That's right. Yeah.
You can see
worth the money.
Yeah. So that was a heck of a worthwhile day. So
it was a fantastic day.
It's right in Florida, right next to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in, TJ. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so that's the flamingo. Now we go on to my 8th, the helicopter ride. And this basically is not to any place in particular. I always liked helicopters. I was going to get a license to fly a helicopter at one point and then never fall through with it. I just like to take a helicopter ride over something. I think this is over the Grand Canyon. It could be over an island.
Mm-hmm.
Could be over a city. Yeah, that's, was it the Maldives or something right there?
Have you ever taken a helicopter
No.
ride? Never?
No, I never have. And I was just thinking for over some area. I wouldn't want to just take one up here in New Hampshire.
Right.
It's funny. I wouldn't mind taking a helicopter ride, but I have no interest in a hot air balloon.
Really?
Yeah, which you
I have
almost
no
think
interest
that
in either.
either one. It's like
Either
the
one.
coast of Hawaii, maybe.
I'm scared of heights, so I think it would be very frightening for me.
Okay. Let's see. Larry says a musical road with is rumble strips on the side and audible rumbling that can be fed through the wheels in the body of the vehicle. Oh, that's cool. It's actually set that way. We have something like that out here, which is just speed bumps, little speed bumps. But this must be something that they actually designed for this, I'm guessing. The rumbling is heard within the car as well as surrounding the area in the form of musical tone. Okay, so it is just geared for that. That's pretty cool. I never heard of that. Surprised they don't take that and put it in other areas too.
Yeah.
You know, just for a gimmick. Okay. Nancy's Great Wall of China. I have no interest in this. Nancy wants to see this. Why do you want to see this, Nancy? And
Well,
would you walk the whole wall? That's the question too.
Yeah, if I was retired, because it would take me maybe 18 months. Well, it's 5,000 miles long. And, I think, it would be cool to see such an amazing piece of architect.
It's one of the great wonders of the world, right?
I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, if I was there, I'd love to see it. I mean, it's fascinating. I guess this is my bucket list. The trip there would not be on the top, but that's something that you'd really like to do.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
So it's a pretty wide, look at the pictures, a pretty wide walkway.
And there are a lot of people, I think they said like 400,000 workers perished just constructing this wall, and many of them are buried in the walls.
Oh, really? Any idea how many years it took to build this?
No, I didn't. I don't know.
It's interesting.
I'd have to look that up. Yeah. And it was built to protect the Silk Road trade. That's why it was built.
To do what?
To protect the Silk
trade?
Road trade.
Oh. Okay. We go on to my number 9 on our top 10 is a mini sub. Now, there are gimmicky subs. I think there's one called the Atlantis in the Bahamas, and the ones like that. My in-laws took it, and I know some other people have taken it. Oh, look at the snow!
I know, it's snowing hard now.
And you didn't see much.
No.
You know, it was more of a gimmick. I would love to take one of these that brings you somewhere that you can actually see something. I know there's one that goes to the Titanic now that they're putting together. That doesn't interest me, you know, but just somewhere in the Caribbean or somewhere that it brings you close to a reef and you could really see this fish up close.
So what island did my parents do that on? Was it St. Thomas?
No, that was Bahamas, wasn't it? I thought it was Bahamas.
We didn't go to the Bahamas with them. It was Cedar.
Yeah, Disney Cruise we went to the Bahamas, didn't we?
No.
No?
No. St. Thomas, St. Martin.
St. Martin. No, then it was either St. Thomas or St. Martin. I would guess it would be St. Thomas then.
Yeah, I thought it was St. Thomas that they did that.
Must have been.
Yeah. And then we went to Barbados, I think, but I'm not sure. No,
we never did Barbados.
No, I take that back, yeah. We did the Castaway Key, right?
That was a Disney island. Yeah, that was a Disney one. Kathy, just watched Kara and Nate on YouTube try to hear a music or a song in their van, but not so much with any certainty, and they drove it several times. Huh. So you don't always hear it, I guess. Larry was on a sub like this in West Edmonton Mall in the further Canada. So I would assume, Larry, this was a simulator. Huh? Some of those simulators are really cool, though.
Yeah.
Remember the Arctic one? Was it I forget we were in.
Oh, yeah.
SeaWorld had
it. That was cool. Yeah, SeaWorld had that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Welcome back, Sherry. Okay, so he says in the video, Larry says that Kara and Nate were driving at the wrong speed. So I guess you have to have a certain mile per hour to get that thing going,
Oh.
or you don't hear it. Okay. Number 10 for Nancy. Whitewater rafting on the Snake River.
Wow. Hell's Canyon. Going down Hell's Canyon, which would be the deepest canyon in North America. Yeah, I'd like to see some of that nice white water. It would probably be scary though. But I did white water down the Penobscot. Let me show you my picture here.
Okay, so with an actual sub, and you're going to go at least 45 miles an hour. Okay, you want me to? All right, so Nancy has done whitewater.
I have done whitewater right here. I don't know where I am, but I'm in one of those.
All right, there's
I didn't buy the
Nancy.
video, but I
She's
did
the one,
get a picture.
She's the one 3 back. If you look from the front, she's 3 back. And so she did this and it's up in Maine, right?
Yeah, this was in Maine on the Penobscot, and it was scary. We had a guide with us and our guys back here, and it was a lot of fun. It's scary, but I'd like to do it down the Snake River.
Okay, now why, if you've done it already, why do you want to do it on the Snake River?
Well, it's supposed to be very lovely there, you know, with the scenery, and it's good white water.
Yeah, Maine has some great whitewater rafting up there, but at certain times, they have to release the water to. They have to release the water to cause the whitecaps or the white water.
Yep.
And the other times a year, what they do is they rank them. I think it's 1 to 5 or 1 to 4, and depending on how rough the water is and the higher the number. No, I guess the lower the number, the more dangerous it is.
I don't know about that. I'm sure.
Which way it is.
Yeah. If I can ever get my my guts up to do that, it would be scary.
Yeah, well, that's why it's a bucket list thing.
It is a bucket.
If you make it to the Grand Canyon, then that could be one of the things.
Well, this is actually in.
It's going to be close, right?
Yeah.
The Union State or something.
Yeah.
And this is all on these rafts are all on the Snake River to give you an idea. I guess the view is probably, like here it looks the same as Maine, but you probably go through canyons and stuff out there, right? I would guess on the Snake River.
Yeah, they say the scenery is beautiful. I'd have to look into that more.
Okay, in my final bucket list. Now, this is, most of you have probably done this, a resort for a day. I've been trying to do this for several cruises, and it always falls through. We always end up doing something else. And I would absolutely love to do this with, if I was on the group cruise, because you get bus there, you spend the day at the beach, unlimited drinks, unlimited food. The one I would love to try is, was it Sancho's? Mr. Sancho's,
Mr.
right?
Sancho's. I would.
We tried doing that. We met a guy on our cruise, and we wanted to do it with them, but the thing was sold out.
Yeah.
So you have to book it in advance.
Yeah.
But a resort for a day, most of the islands that we go to now have some form of resort for a day. So you got to just kind of look at the deal. You got to look at the deal and see what I guess they call it a day pass or resort for a day. You go in, some of them include all the food and the alcohol. They usually have a pool or at least the ocean. Some are great deals. Some you have to, the cab is included. So this is some we've never done. And most people have done one of these. And I definitely want to do it on my next cruise.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Just go and hang out at the resort for the day. Have any of you others done anything like that? Welcome in, Eric B.
Hi, Eric.
Thank you for joining us. We're just finishing up our top 10 bucket list excursions. And this is my final one, which is a resort for a day. I'm curious if any of you have been on an island for a resort for a day that includes both the food and the alcohol, and which island that was, just so we can jot it down and look for it next time we plan one. And these are just different ones, different islands. Well, I guess, okay, so on this map here, I can't read the islands, but all those marks are with his
resorts
for a day.
It's quite a few.
Or resort day pass, yeah.
quite a few.
I mean, they're all through the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But that actually goes over towards Mexico.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay. Nassau has a day. This is a day pass. I don't know if it's at the Atlantis. That's a picture of the Atlantis in the background.
Ooh.
And I actually went to the Bahamas many moons ago on a cruise with a. No, actually, it wasn't a cruise. It was with a friend for a week, and this didn't exist. This was a smaller hotel with a casino.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we walked to it. It's on Paradise Island. We were on Paradise Island at a Holiday Inn type of place, and we walked to it. And now look at it.
Wow, look how built up it's been.
Yeah, has anyone been here and done the water park? I imagine that's a lot of fun, but probably beaucoup bucks.
Yeah.
The all-inclusive pass. Okay.
Wow.
So those are our top 10 bucket list excursions.
If you had to pick one that you would definitely want to do, which one would it be?
Yeah, we would really love to hear ideas too. If anyone's done one that didn't appear on our list, either put in the comments or if it's after the show, I'd love to hear an email from you or throw it on our Facebook page or anything like that would be great. Or put in the comments on when the live gets posted up. We're always looking for ideas.
Yeah.
So our next live is this Sunday at 4:30, and we will be continuing. It's the last day of the Live Places Top 10 list, and we are going to do our top 10 bucket list vacations. One vacation we haven't done that we would like to do, and hopefully you'll join us for that.
And if I had to pick one at the top of my list, I would pick the Grand Canyon, #1.
For excursion or for?
No, to see. If I could only do one, I really have to see the Grand Canyon before I go.
Well, we'll have to wait for Sunday for that. So thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, we enjoyed all of your interactions today. We hope you had a good time because we did. And remember, stay young and have fun. Bye.
Have a good week, everyone.